Please tell me you don't have a sister.
Why would that matter? Like, it's not like I was planning to be inbred. Like, why is that a question that you needed to ask?
Because the way you said it, like, oh, is that actually a thing? Because
Yeah, I wasn't planning on
maybe
trying
it's
it.
not, so I can actually try.
Unorthodox reactions, unorthodox intro. Welcome back, guys, to another unorthodox reactions. We don't know how long it's been for you, but it's been a while. All right, so we're glad to be back, is what I'm saying.
I never left.
What are you doing?
Welcome back, guys. Why are you doing it like that? Am I not allowed to give them a little bit of an entrance? You know,
Drama queen out here,
guys. Where we landing? Where we landing? All right. Yeah, no, I don't know where we're landing, lads. I don't know where we're landing.
Don't know what you're doing.
I'm a gamer. Pro gamer. Look at me. Headset. Standard. Let's get into the video, lads. Welcome back to another unorthodox reaction. Today we are back with, you guessed it, a reaction. This time we are reacting to
When Stupid People Goes Viral. When Stupidity Goes Viral.
I was like, that's not words. You know, I tried so hard to look at it and be like, where's the people? Where can I not read?
By Casual Geographic.
Okay.
Alright, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Okay.
About to go viral. That monkey really wanted that kid.
Orangutans. I did say if something like this ever flips a switch, it's gonna be a bad time for everyone. But it took this ginger gorilla getting his lick back on camera for y'all to believe me.
I'm like, what did that kid say to him?
Orangutans aren't aggressive, like, at all. Like, thank God whoever designed them for that, because it would be terrifying. But orangutans almost never choose violence, not even with each other. The only time you'll see an orangutan get active is if a male runs into another adult male, and even then it's a bunch of bluffing and displaying and just being loud to prove a point. Hands rarely get thrown. In fact, there are no recorded cases of a wild orangutan killing a human. They're just plus-size pacifists. So one of two things happened here. One, that's an orangutan trying to play. Or two, and I'm willing to bet money this is what actually happened. The man was provoking the orangutan like an idiot and getting in his face, but the person behind the camera didn't hit record until the orangutan decided he had enough.
That orangutan really wants him.
Guy outside the cage
bro, he wants him.
And also just
Facts.
personally, I don't love any article of clothing that much. I would have just negotiated.
Facts, I would have took that cloth off quick. I'll be like, bring the scissors, please.
Biting.
I hope not. He better hope not.
Turns out I was right. Turns out this man, well, 19-year-old, hopped the enclosure fence and started taunting the big ape, literally for clout. Bro wanted to go viral, and the orangutan said, yeah, I can show you the way. Almost cost him an arm and a leg, but mans did numbers on Twitter. Not to mention the orangutan was on recruit difficulty, because I watched that whole video, and I counted at least 3 times where he could have gotten his folded.
Facts. Bro, his leg would have been done here.
First of all, if that orangutan would have killed him, not even, if he would have broken his arm, what do you think the headlines would have been?
The orangutan breaks the kid's arm, and they're gonna put it down for that.
When it really should be, wannabe influencer gets exactly what he asked for as wild animal goes wild animal.
Facts.
Not to mention, if it got to that point, the zoo 100% would have taken out the orang to save the guy.
Right?
Even though orangutans are endangered and dumbasses on the internet are kind of overpopulating. And I just know Harambe was watching from the beyond like, ain't that some bullshit? It takes years for keepers to gain the trust of an animal like that, and this man managed to destroy it all in less than 10 seconds. I'll say one thing though, he chose the right ape to try this with. If he would have tried the gimmicks with a gorilla or worse, a chimp,
yeah, he would have lost more than a leg.
Or at least not without a Tor browser, because this would have turned into a snuff film. Now what if I told you someone managed to do something even stupider than this? Warning, this will piss you off. Meet this woman whose name I'm not going to say because I don't want to get sued. And she didn't just get too close to an enclosure, nah, she decided to walk up in it like she paid rent.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Is she like having a shower?
I think she thinks she's the queen or something.
Texas or Florida, you can unclench. And 2,
how did she even?
Those are spider monkeys.
Who let her in this enclosure? How did she get in this enclosure?
You had to.
Was no one watching?
Hey, see, no
bro, people really don't be caring about their life at all.
This is a spider monkey. I don't know what kind of game she thinks she's playing, but she could have lost badly.
Why isn't this supposed to have 6 legs?
Looking like she could unlock Voldemort's phone. And if that weren't enough, which it obviously was, she even decided to feed the monkeys Cheetos. Not even like the original ones. Nah, she went flaming hot.
Why not Lay's?
Tell you why that's bad. Then again, someone like her is able to vote, so yeah, they tell you not to feed wild animals because the food we eat can make them violently sick, especially if it's flaming hot. The woman was kicked out of the zoo and allegedly charged with criminal trespass. She also lost her job at a law firm, which at first made me happy, but then made me seriously question just how she got that far. But I think about it, that's probably where she got her lawyers from.
You got fired.
I mean, to be fair,
Oh, she's an idiot.
they probably would have to consider, do we really want to hire someone this stupid?
Yeah,
Because
stupid.
like that was a stupid decision.
Why? She
I
looked
don't
like
think she took time to think about that.
Then she looked like she got dressed the whole day, looking forward to doing that.
looking like that was premeditated.
That was her
for
plan.
sure.
She's thinking about it for months.
You know who this she is, I don't gotta say her name. And after going viral, she swiftly received the online spanking that comes with it. After all the backlash, she finally released a statement where she was actually apologetic and really seemed to understand the gravity of you know I'm lying, right? This woman who somehow survived
Actually
26
believed it
trips
for a
around the sun
second.
still doesn't think she did anything wrong because in her words, nobody got hurt. I'm sure the monkeys
Luckily.
wish they could have that one back. But she did learn at least one valuable lesson: to keep her Cheetos to herself. My mom doesn't like when I curse on the internet, so I'm gonna end it right there. If you've seen this tiger before, you've probably been lied to. This tiger went viral a few years ago for having Down
happened to
syndrome,
you?
which caused obvious
Oh.
facial deformities. People
So
love
up
this
to you
puck-faced
too.
predator so much that they used him to spread awareness. Except he never had it, and the truth was actually way worse. See, the thing is, white tigers are rare, like 1 in 10,000 type
Dang,
rare,
that
and most
tiger
of them
looks
survive longer than a year in
dang
the wild because if you
hairy.
can't camouflage, you're probably gonna starve. White tigers are also really popular for animal traffickers selling them on the very much illegal exotic pet market. Yeah, screw those guys, by the way. So the easiest way to breed white tigers is to have 2 white tigers hook up so their recessive genes can produce another white tiger. The problem is, well, there's a lot of problems actually, but the biggest one is that because Caucasian carnivores are so rare, the ones they breed are often related, which is how they get more inbred than
Inbred.
family reunion. Kenny the tiger didn't have Down syndrome. He was a twin-cest baby whose parents were siblings, and most of his actual siblings became past tense the moment they were born. The guy that bred him tried to lie and say he looked like that from smashing his face into a wall a bunch of times as a cub. Yeah. Kenny was rescued and taken to an
This is
animal
a
sanctuary in
cartoon.
Arkansas, along with his brother who was cross-eyed, because that's exactly the kind of thing that happens when you have an aunt, mom, and an uncle.
Dang.
The sanctuary took care of
The defectiveness from inbreeding is actually like a thing. I thought that was just like a made-up thing from like cartoons and TV shows.
That's
Because they
why
always
you
like
can't-
make a lot of jokes about it and stuff.
Please tell me you don't have a sister.
Why would that matter? Like, it's not like I was planning to be inbred. Like, why is that a question that you needed to ask?
Because the way you said it, like, oh, is that actually a thing? Because
Yeah,
maybe,
I wasn't planning on
maybe
trying
it's
it.
not, so I can actually try.
No, either way, even if it's not a thing, it's still wrong. Just because it's
We
a
need to
thing
get
doesn't
that out of it.
automatically
We
make
need
it.
to-
Because of the disability isn't what makes it wrong. Just the fact of the matter of what it is what makes it wrong.
All right.
Which is
Are
why
you
I'm
sure?
surprised.
Are you sure?
No. I don't have a sister, so don't worry.
Kenny for as long as they could until he eventually passed away at the age of 10 to melanoma. It's a sad story, but it could have been worse. R.I.P. Kenny, you deserved way better than you got.
You're about to get slapped.
A lot of people sent me this, so I just wanted to point out 2 things. So I'm gonna play it back, try and see if you can notice what it is.
Bro, he's like, bro, if you don't stop doing that.
So that's
About
slow
to catch
blink
his
is
hands.
actually the universal sign that a cat is relaxed and at ease.
Oh.
We've seen this with bigger cats like lions and tigers, but even pet cats will use this as a gesture of trust. To the point where a lot of animal shelters will decide whether a cat's safe to handle based on whether it slow blinks or not. And it works both ways. You can pretty much slow blink at your pet cat and it's like their version of a smile. And the second thing is right at the end the jaguar rolled over on her back. The underbelly is the most vulnerable
Yeah,
part of
if
a
a
cat,
cat
so them
shows you
exposing
that,
it like
trust
that is
you.
the ultimate sign of trust. It doesn't always mean they want you to touch them, it's more them trying to tell you that they're comfortable around you. I don't
touch
know
me.
what you did, but keep doing it because that cat loves you. So King Julian would actually be a queen. And not in like a yassified way, but in real life, ringtail lemur society is female dominated. Lady lemurs assert their dominance by bullying the low-ranking males at every opportunity. And they usually do this by chasing them around, grabbing them, and biting them. But their favorite way to flex on the males is
basically
by
like
straight up
humans.
snatching
Can
any
never
food
be
out of
me.
their hands. Or in this case, a stick. And they don't even have to be hungry, sometimes they'll go out of their way to do it just for the feminism of it all. Also, lemurs smell so bad that they manage to weaponize it. As in they'll rub their scent glands all over their tails as a way to build their ammo and then pretty much just throw their body odor around. Also, they're much more homicidal than the movie wants you to believe. There was a study done on 1,000 animals to see which one was more likely to kill their own kind. Meerkats were number 1, since about 19% of meerkat deaths were caused by another meerkat. Lemurs
And
were
they
not far
used
behind,
them
with
for
up to 70%
car
of
insurance
lemur
ads?
obituaries being co-signed by their own kind. And a lot of it comes from
Compare
females
them, man.
kidnapping and abandoning babies and males straight up aborting them.
Yeah,
Moral of
no,
this
no,
video,
no. You
King
had to
Julian
write
was
the
a hyper-homicidal child
compare to
endangering
America.com,
the everlasting
compare to
dragon.
Market.com.
So you probably know the
Simple.
story of Harambe, but not enough people
I don't
know
know
the
why I
story of
remember
Jumbo.
that.
So this goes all the way back to 1986. 5-year-old Levin Merritt was excited to go to the zoo with his family. But when he got to the gorilla pen, bro got a little too excited. While leaning over to get a better look, he lost his balance and fell 20 feet straight down, breaking his arm, fracturing his skull, and knocking himself out cold. When Levin regained consciousness, he awoke to Jumbo, a 400-pound silverback gorilla looming over him. The kid understandably screamed, and that momentarily freaked out Jumbo, and witnesses thought this was going to end in the worst way possible. Jumbo protectively stood over the child and had been gently stroking his back as he was unconscious. Jumbo even kept other gorillas away when they got curious and tried approaching the boy. It became clear to everyone that Jumbo was protecting Levin like he was one of his 20 kids. Oh yeah, Jumbo was like that. When
Jumbo
Levin
was
started
out
crying,
there.
Jumbo calmly led the other gorillas to a small hut in the other corner of the pen, which was when paramedics were able to rescue the boy, who ended up making a full recovery. But the funny thing is, this incident might have saved gorillas in general, because back then people were terrified of and even hated gorillas. King Kong didn't help. But after the video of Jumbo looking after the fallen boy went viral, and this was back in the 80s, viral was a big deal. The public perception of gorillas did a
Closest
full
you're ever
180.
gonna get to being
Now you're probably
Tarzan.
wondering what was the difference between this and Harambe, and the answer is actually depressing. With Harambe, people were screaming, throwing objects to distract him, when all they were doing was freaking the big ape out even more. Harambe got agitated, and that's why they ended up doing what they did. Had the people not screamed at him, Harambe wouldn't have gotten so agitated, he'd still be alive, and the pandemic never would have happened. So I actually have a
Wait,
lot
what?
of thoughts on the Harambe situation, and you're probably not gonna like them. So if you don't know about Harambe, give the phone back to your mom. TikTok's no place for a 5-year-old. A Spark Notes version: kid fell into gorilla pen, gorilla goes up to the kid, gorilla starts getting
Yeah, that
agitated,
kid
zoo
got
officials got a rifle and
dragged.
ended it. The gorilla, not the, yeah, goes up to the kid, gorilla starts getting agitated, zoo officials got a rifle and ended it. The gorilla, not the, yeah. And the big question is, should they have murked Harambe, especially when he didn't seem like an immediate threat to the child? Here's the thing, they could have tranquilized him, but that easily could have backfired. Think about it, it's already a stressful environment. You got people screaming and throwing things at you, and that's after a child-shaped object just got airdropped into your living room. Getting shot with a trank would only amp him up even more. I want y'all to watch this video.
Someone's about to get slapped. He said, "Get me out of here, please. Retreat. Abu.
Animals don't understand what a tranquilizer is. As far as they're concerned, you just tried them. And in the 5 minutes it would have taken to work, Harambe could have raised absolute hell. And if a 400-pound Harambe seriously injured or even deleted the kid, that zoo is done for. Because technically the kid shouldn't have been able to get into the gorilla enclosure in
Right?
the first place. It's stupid, but
How
it's like
could
a
he
balcony.
even-
You shouldn't have to tell a fully functional human being not to jump off a balcony, but if one does and there are no rails, the owner of that building is still getting slapped with a violation. So if a 3-year-old managed to get into the gorilla pen and then got deleted while there are armed zoo officials present, that zoo is finished. The zoo would get sued to oblivion and all the animals would get relocated and have to find a new place. And as an animal with a human body count, Harambe would almost certainly get turned into a hashtag anyway. It sounds like I'm taking the zoo side here, I'm not. In a situation that messed up, there is no right answer. Someone was gonna lose. Just sucks that the someone had to be the animal whose only crime was literally just being an animal. But yeah, glad I didn't pull the trigger. You're absolutely right, and I was saving this story for last on purpose. This is Binti Jwa. She's a western lowland gorilla, which actually happens to be critically endangered. Also, she's the niece of this gorilla Coco. Didn't know that before. This story goes all the way
many
back to
gorilla types
1996
are
at
there?
Brookfield Zoo just outside Chicago. A small child was excited to see the gorillas and as a result, fell into the enclosure 25 feet straight down.
I'm tired of these kids
Right?
falling into the enclosure.
But to be fair, look at this.
That's so
What kind of protection is this? This is the stupidest thing I've
no.
ever
But
seen.
look how deep. How do you fall into that?
But think about it, 5-year-old kids that like to climb and stuff.
Yeah,
you have to do
why
better
the
than
parents
this.
not
Though.
holding them back.
I mean, okay, so you take a kid to the zoo.
Yeah.
Well, you're just gonna be
One
holding
kid,
them back,
my kid,
Like-
to the zoo.
Yeah.
My kid to the zoo.
and then let's
We
say
are here.
I know what you're holding.
The
them back.
barrier is like
and
here
then
to
what
me.
you're having a quick conversation with your
No,
wife next
why
to you
am I
now.
having a conversation?
What
We're
you-
by the freaking gorilla, whatever.
Yeah,
You freaking stay next to me. You don't jump over nothing.
but
This isn't hurdles.
that's black parents. Not all parents do that, because that's but anytime we go anywhere with my brothers, as soon as they try, even if they try to step like 3 steps with, I'm like, hey,
Where's your ears?
I'm like, hey, where you going, bro? Relax.
Literally, like,
I ain't trying to be out here chasing you. Freaking stay in vision sight, man.
stay in vision, stay on the ground. Please.
Exactly.
Stay where you are.
But not every parent does that. You know them parents that just let their kids roam about and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop doing this.
Stop.
But the zoo need to put up more protection for those type of people as well. Because
I think now they have like,
this is they need to have those tempered glass things as well. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Or even if they were gonna like have like a cage thing like this, they need to build it high and just make it like kind of like a cage with like the little split things in there.
Kids will still stick their head through it and try to go through like
It's better than them falling in.
And the parents are gonna be like, oh no.
It's like, oh no, how dare you put this cage here? It's unsafe for kids. I'm like, shut up, man.
Shut up.
How so many fetuses end up in gorilla pens is beyond me. The
Right?
3-year-old broke his hand, was knocked out, and was bleeding heavily out the side of his face. And while
Yeah,
all
look
the
how
other
far
gorillas
that
seemed
drop
confused and
is.
unsure of what to do, Binti went right up to the fallen boy. To everyone's shock, Binti, who was already a mother at this point, cradled the injured boy in her arms and even seemed like she was looking around for someone to help. Then, with her own 17-month-old hanging on her back, Binti carried him across the enclosure over to a door where zookeepers could get to him and gently laid him down. But here's the part a lot of people don't realize. As a new mother, Binti had learned to hand off her newborn daughter over to zookeepers so they could get her examined by vets. Binti did the same exact thing here, treating this boy she'd never met before like he was one of her own. But there might be another reason why she did this. You see, Binti was actually abandoned by her own mother when she was born and had to be hand-raised by humans. And when Binti became a mom, it was those same people that taught her how to care for her baby by using dolls. This story didn't just go viral, it went mid-90s viral, and it almost single-handedly changed the way a lot of people see gorillas. And in case you were wondering, Binti is still very much alive in the same Brookfield Zoo where she turned 34 in March. As for the baby gorilla on her back while she saved the little boy, that was her daughter Kula, who's 25 now and has a baby of her own, which makes Binti a grandmother. God bless you, Binti.
Well done,
Great work,
Binti.
Binti.
Great work, Binti.
Great gorilla representation.
Yeah, honestly, there were 2 of them that were great. No, 3 of them actually. The
3 of them, but Harambe he got the dirty.
Yeah, they bullied my man still.
Yeah.
They need to look after my boy, treat him right. They need to treat my boy right. That's not fair for him. Anyways, guys, this has been Unorthodox Reactions.
Cold.
We've been...
Oh, it's been a while since I said that one. I felt a bit weird on the tongue.
Thank you guys for watching. If you're still watching, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
If you
of
left
course.
early, we still appreciate you
Of
for checking in.
always.
And
Like,
see you guys
comment,
later.
subscribe, notification bell, all the good stuff. Comment reaction suggestions below.
maybe.
We shall see you. No, comment reaction suggestions below. Maybe we'll react to them.
Yeah, maybe.
We shall see you.
We're busy guys, you know.
In a
Peace.
bit.